Hello, everyone. At the current time, when I'm recording this, I didn't really have any episodes really planned, so I'm just going to show you guys kind of my Tolkien collection because exploring Arda has been a very big project that's close to my heart. So if you can't tell, I really love my Tolkien stuff. I actually got this shelf very recently, so I'll be going through that pretty soon here. But we'll start from right here, go from the top down, just so you guys are kind of aware of all the stuff that I have. This gigantic poster, actually, my wife got me a few months ago, so it's very recent. It's very fun. It's gigantic. It's incredible. Of course, next to it is the One Ring, of course. This one here, there and back again. Thangorodrim up here, and the Rohan shield. That's actually stuff that I've painted, and my wife painted this one, which was incredible. And then the Eye of Sauron I also painted here. Got the Sword of Theoden here. I also got Sting. So those are always really fun too. I also have a couple other swords, which I'll show you guys later. Cool little Shire sign here. Some little leaves. Another drawing that my wife made for me. Very, very incredible. Going up here is basically a poster with some of the signed cast on it, so that's always incredible. More drawings up here. Sorry if you guys can't hear me from here, but more drawings my wife made for me. Down here is actually all the games. Lord of the Rings, Tolkien, Hobbit games that I've had collected over the few years now. Very, very fun stuff. I've only played, or well, I've only posted, I should say, a couple, so plenty more to come. So this next layer is basically a majority of the figures that I have, so let's get in a little bit closer here. Oh, and also this pipe that I actually got this year, and it's funny because this one they labeled as Morgoth, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, all these figures here. So you got Sam, Frodo, a couple of Gandalfs. You got Gandalf the White, Gandalf the Grey. You got Boromir here. I mean, a bunch of figures that was part of a collection. I can't remember. You got Lurtz back here, Saruman. Of course, you can't. You know, you have to have the three: Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli. That'd be, you know, tragedy without one of them. But yeah, basically all these guys here. I even got Merry here when he's part of the Rohirrim, so that's always really, really cool. I also got this gigantic Bilbo in the corner, which is always funny, because he's like the biggest figure of them all. So that's always kind of fun. Down here, I got another one of my pipes. That's always fun. Got some Gollum. I actually have this version of Lord of the Rings, which is actually in Dutch, because my wife and we went to the Netherlands for our honeymoon, and I found both Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion in Dutch. So that's pretty cool. This one, I actually got a couple people asking if this is like the Black Cat from, I believe, The Prancing Pony. I think it's like, he appears for a couple seconds, but I like to think it is. It's not official, but I like to think it is. All these editions of Lord of the Rings. Got the Nazgul with Frodo and Sam here in front of, I think this is actually Bagshot Row. It's actually Sam's home. But yeah, all the different versions I have of Lord of the Rings here. Basically, this whole shelf is Lord of the Rings until we get down here. And here we get all the versions of The Hobbit that I have, if you can see that here. So The Hobbit, I also have The Hobbit in Spanish. I also have Lord of the Rings in Spanish. So we got good old Smaug here with the key to Erebor. That's always really fun to see. And of course, this is the histories of Middle-earth, including the Silmarillion here. I really love this blue edition of the Silmarillion. It's very cool. And like I said, here is the Dutch version of the Silmarillion. Along with some of the histories. You got Legolas and Gimli riding away from an orc, and this orc I actually painted from like a D&D mini, so that was always fun. And then, of course, you get Bilbo over here, so old Bilbo. Ian Holm, just walking around. Next one, it's kind of like an extension of the histories of Middle-earth, and just his other short stories. Also the letters of Tolkien, which has been very fascinating to explore through, some biographies, another pipe, of course. And of course I have the Argonath right in the center, and behind that, you can't really see it very well, is actually a tarot card set of Lord of the Rings. Here we have all those like tiny little pop vinyl figures, so those are always really fun to collect. I actually have some of the bigger ones, but that's always really fun too. Last on the shelf here is actually all the DVDs that I have, including the 5th edition Lord of the Rings role-playing game, which I have yet to run, but I'm very excited to do that eventually. But this is all the DVDs that I've collected of Lord of the Rings. It's just a weird hobby of mine, I guess. And then I actually have a couple other smaller games here. And then here we have some of the Lego figures. I think most, if not all of them, were bought by my wife, so she knows exactly what I enjoy. So, and then back here, this quote on this blade says, "I would rather share one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone." And this one, of course, is from Arwen when she's speaking to Aragorn. And yeah, my wife also got me that for one of our anniversary gifts. So it's always very sweet. And like I said, I do have a couple other swords here. I have Aragorn's Anduril here, so that's very fun. I don't have a lot of places to put it, but you know. You got the map of Middle-earth, of course. I got the Sword of Strider back here. I actually got this humongous cutout of Gandalf. You can't see it with the light here, but that's always fun to have. And then last but not least, it's basically all the, all the pop vinyl figures I've collected so far. I'm not sure how many more I have left, but it's always fun to see more. And then last is Bilbo on the back end. And of course, I have a chess set. So that is pretty much everything I have in my collection so far. So if you can't tell, I have a lot more material to cover for the channel, and I can't wait for that to just be a possibility. So, yeah, that's kind of all I have for now, and so I'll see you guys in the next episode.